thing they can't hear us. Oh, God! Hi, guys. Welcome to Starr Mazer TV. I'm Don Thacker, creator of Starr Mazer. This is...
Austin Montville, game developer of Starr Mazer.
Yeah, dudes. Look, I got Austin on the show this time, guys. It's amazing. We have more guests on the show today, too, which is a pretty cool little double. Hey, you're so amazing. How you doing, bro? It's good to see you on the show. It's good to see NS Man on the show. It's good to see Goomba Master on the show, because that's a new Mazer. Somebody who's been on the show the last couple times I hadn't seen before.
Goomba Master.
Rose Portal Games is going to be on the show today, guys. We're going to talk about their new game. It's on Kickstarter right now. It looks cool. We're going to play it. It's going to be great.
I'm excited.
Tashigami says, "Yay, Austin," because I'm not cool enough.
Yay, Tashigami.
We need to yay Austin. Well, nobody yays Don, I noticed. Oh, wait. Laserkid says, "Yay, it's Don Thacker and Austin Montville." Correctly ordering those names. Thank you very much.
You spelled it right. Oh, maybe it's because they can read this.
It says right below us. Yeah. That's great. So, whoa. I'm now the guy who belches on the stream.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking energy. I'm drinking low-carb Blue Monster, my favorite of the monsters, if pushed. It's not because it's low-carb and I'm, like, on a diet. It's because I'm not. It's because it tastes the best to me. I love it. It's in my E-Tank. Today we also have horchata. So Kazuo, Austin, and I will probably share some horchata later in the show. Also, it's in today's show. We're going to do something really neat. We're going to spawn ascensions in the middle of the show. I was part of the pilot program, because I'm super tech nerd, for the Amazon Echo. Which
you can tell by the label box.
You can tell by the label box. This is like the Metallica album that everybody liked, and then all the other albums sucked.
That's a really good album.
It is a great album. So this is the Amazon Echo. We're not going to do anything with it right now, but if you stick around... Oh, it's upside down. We're going to go into the Amazon Echo and like set it up, and apparently it has a personality. So we're going to determine its personality. I think the first thing we're going to ask it is questions about Starr Mazer.
See how it does.
So that'll be pretty great. So we're going to do that later in the show. But before then, we'll start with our like Lore Mazer Day kind of stuff, where we just go over progress and stuff we're doing and talking about. Then we ask some questions from you guys. Get some questions from you guys. We respond to them. We're going to look at these beautiful cats that you can't see licking themselves attractively. Then we're going to go on to talk to Rose Portal Games. I'm sorry. I am belching a lot. It has nothing to do with me being disgusting, though I may be disgusting. I'm just not doing that now. I'm drinking very quickly and breathing very erratically. And that's causing me to belch a little bit, just in my own throat. Welcome to Starr Mazer TV. This episode of Starr Mazer TV brought to you by Don Thacker Belching, the choice of the right generation. It's good stuff. So, CyberCoon wants to know what this Echo thing is. This Echo thing is a little tube that's basically Siri, but it's Amazon's Siri. Is there a problem?
No, I thought he meant Echo in the stream.
Kazuo was trying to fix the Echo in the stream.
No, there's no Echo.
We were talking about the Amazon Echo instead.
Don't worry, soon I bet Kazuo will be fixing an Echo on the stream.
Yeah, because we're going to be doing a Skype thing. It's going to be amazing. But we have headsets for the Skype. You'll notice that since the last time we had somebody on Skype, we have gone to the headset board. Oh, great. Sorry, that noise was one of the cats kicking over the microphone. We have 3 cats before us.
No, that one's not active. That one's active right
This
now.
one's for Skype? Then you guys didn't hear it. That's awesome. We have like multiple microphones. It's crazy.
There's as many mics as cats.
So, what have we done last week into this week? Well, since Saturday, I guess. What have we done?
Well, I've been focusing on rewriting that code that you might have seen me write on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I might have explained this before on previous talks, but so the part of my brain that I tend to use for designing and writing code is very close related to the same part of my brain that requires me to talk to people.
Right.
So when I go on stream, I try to do both those at the same time. And that has worked out less and less as I go farther and farther into architecture. So I learned a new strategy that while I host StarMazer.make, we're going to be doing things that don't require the architecture part of the brain.
That's good.
Before I was like freeform, going to let people choose whatever I happen to be working on at the moment. I'm going to do a bit more preparation. We're probably going to focus a lot more on content creation, which is actually a lot more exciting.
Yeah.
That's like the cool stuff of Starr Mazer.
Yeah.
So it will be making content as opposed to making architectural decisions that permeate throughout the entire code, like architecture of the code, which is a bad idea to do live on stream.
I can see that being a thing. In between asking what we're doing, I'd like to say Rose Portal Games wants to see the cat we've got. This is Lilo. She's a cat. She's fuzzy. She has a fuzzy belly. She's gray and beautiful. We also have...
Just cats everywhere.
This is Scuzzy. She's my cat. She's my first cat. She's beautiful. She's tiny. She's like a decade old. She has a good smelling belly. Her belly smells nice. Smelly belly.
Yeah.
Smells briefly of almonds.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then there's Bitwise, who I'm gonna pick up, but she hates being picked up. So check this out.
Oh, she doesn't want it. No.
This is Bitwise. She's a big fat one, and she has a beautiful belly, and she hates being picked up. So fuck. That's what I get for picking them up. There. Cats. So there you go. We've catted it up. And Vanessa will probably bring in Beck in a sec. Would you bring Beck out? Because they want to see the cats.
Oh.
This is... We're producing a video game, so of course, let's discuss cats.
Yes, I mean, it goes hands in hand. You know, some companies, some well-respected game development companies, even incorporate cats into their industry name.
Yeah, like Rocket Cat Games,
Or
for
Robot
instance.
Loves
or
Kitty.
Robot Loves Kitty, for instance. Or... Yeah, so that's 3 cats, and then Vanessa actually... Oh man, there's another cat. Here's Vanessa and another cat. That's Beck. She's amazing. Don Decker versus Bitwise. Bitwise wins. That is correct, Laser Kid. And thank you for spelling Bitwise's name correctly. Okay. So, anyway,
She's
back to what we
really
were doing.
old.
Because you've seen...
She's 17.
She's 17 years old. This cat is effectively dead.
She's eyeing all 3 other cats and she wants to murder them.
Yeah, I refer to her as a bag of sticks. She feels as though a fleshy bag of sticks.
Yeah.
A little skin bag full of sticks.
She just kind of like walks up to you and like lays down and
She just
looks at you
plops.
like, cool man, I'm done with standing.
Yes, Rose Portal Games, a black cat.
It is.
Yeah.
Is Beck a Bombay? That's my favorite breed. I don't know. I got her by a homeless man living underneath the Magnolia Bridge in Seattle. She is a van cat.
Nice. Which
See what I
fits
did
for
there?
Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so back to what we were doing. You're working on architecture. You spent a little bit of time last week refactoring the code that you had misfactored during your Starr Mazer make. Continue.
Yeah, so I am now putting a lot of cleaning up touches on the docking system right now. So we've got the dock system works in a full cycle. There's still a couple more aspects of it that I need to make it completely robust, and that the player can use it completely, but I also need AI elements to use it completely, because when you're in a scene with the dock, we want the ability for like characters to just be like coming in and landing and walking around.
What are you
and walking
talking
through the
about? A dock
and-
system. What, pray tell, is a dock system?
So a dock system would be the code that handles where ships land and take off. We call it a dock system because generally ships will land and take off from a dock.
Yeah.
But that term does not fully encompass every scenario in the game.
Sometimes a ship landing on a planet, for instance, is using the dock system.
Exactly.
But it is visually landing on a planet.
In Starr Mazer, we have a problem to solve, which is that there's going to be many different scenarios where a ship lands on a thing. That's because we have this seamless transition between the point and click and the shmup type areas, flying your ship and not flying your ship.
That's what makes it more than just stapling 2 genres of game together.
Exactly. And so-
hoping that they work.
So, because that's a really important part, I want to nail down the feel of that to make sure it feels like really engaging and completely seamless when you're transitioning between these 2 different styles of control in the game. So, I want to build a system that's robust to handle every possible situation which we're going to encounter that in the game. And originally, I started way too robust, where you built every dock by scratch like every single time, which allowed it to do anything, but required you to do everything every time. And most of that stuff that I would have developers like either like Don or like Max or something build up every time, it's the same every time. The only things that really change are sort of the animation sequences into and out of the dock, and then the landing sequences for individual ships. But I was able to break it up so that the ship, they always play their own animations based on the type of dock that we're in, such as a surface or a space station dock. And the actual transitions into and out of a dock is handled by the dock system itself, or that instance of the dock, based on where the docking bays are. This also gives us the concept of docking bays, which allows us to have certain things blocked up, so we can actually incorporate now very easily into elements of the story where like an entire dock is completely blocked off. Whether that's like with a bunch of pirates like taking over all the docking bays, so you have to find another way in, or simply that the landing pad has been completely destroyed.
Sure.
We can easily implement that into elements of the storyline, giving the writers more choices with less physical work to be done.
Excellent. And on that note, can you flip that pillow over? It's Judge Dredd, and Judge Dredd should never be upside down. All right, cool. Sorry about that.
Fix.
Yeah, that's a really cool system, and it's a really cool thing to get locked down. I personally have been working on our writing system, which has been an incredibly difficult concept because remember, in Starr Mazer, we have to have an open middle with infinite possibilities, or the feel of infinite possibilities, near infinite possibilities from an experiential perspective, not necessarily from a technical perspective. So what I have to do is when I write an episode, or when Vanessa writes an episode, I have to architect the actual writing architecture, and then Vanessa has to control the story. That's what she does as a lead writer. She doesn't necessarily control the system. She controls the stories and make sure all the stories are together. So what I've encountered is, given a system where I want to give you guys every opportunity to do everything possible, that means I have to write everything possible, which is actually not possible. That's not a real thing. And though I'm not surprised at this. This is not something that we just found out. Oh God, it turns out I can't write every single thing. Finding a way to easily synthesize the feeling of everything being possible has been a hard nut to crack. We knew it was going to be difficult, and we've worked on iteration upon iteration upon iteration, and we finally come to a thing that I think makes sense. It's a combination of technical structure from Austin, story structure from myself, based on how we write stories, and then the actual methodology of writing a core for an episode, and then all of its permutations. I'm not going to go too much into it, but we had to crack that, and it was difficult, and we did it. I think we did it. We're putting it into practice this week. We'll find out if it actually bears out. But we are building all of the content for an episode called Among Stones. It's the name of the episode. It is one of a whole clutch of episodes that are in the game, but that's that. So I'm going to answer a bunch of questions for you real quick. Looks like you got some questions, so I'm going to answer them rather. We've got this might be a dumb question, but can you control Brick through keyboard/controller, or do you have to click where he goes? So this is an interesting question because this is something that we've been talking about a lot internally. I have a dream, ladies and gentlemen. My dream is I'll show you my dream.
I spoiled it. No,
Oh, you spoiled me.
You can tell your whole story.
Yeah, okay.
But I just told him the answer.
My dream is to play Starr Mazer, this complex, future-proofed, amazing, super positive, forward-facing, advanced, high-tech Unity game with this. My dream is to play Starr Mazer on a TurboGrafx turbo pad, preferably a Turbo Duo turbo pad, but I only got one of those, and I'm not going to play around with it. It's safe. I want to play it on this. Got a D-pad, got a select button, a run button, and 2 buttons. You can play it on any other controller you've got, but this is my dream. Where, if we're gonna get to this, I don't even know. We're gonna try. We have some ideas. We're gonna give it a shot and see if we can make it work. But until then, this is my ring, my gold ring, my pie in the sky. If we can work out a way to do all of the advanced stuff on just this one controller, we would love it. The pointing and clicking is part of it for sure. And I think that you'll be emulating the mouse with the keyboard or moving through, like pressing select and moving through the icons or something. That's fine too. You'll mouse and keyboard for sure. That's going to be a thing. But this is something that I want. I would love it. So there you go. That would be the goal. So yes, we're considering controller support for sure. Whether or not it's something as cool as being able to play it on a super retro controller, that'd be great. But we are definitely considering controller support like a big deal. Cerberus says that he is too young for the fan art contest. Is that the case, Kazuo?
I fixed it.
You fixed it?
I messaged him too.
So he's no longer too young.
Yes, we're good.
Cerberus!
So you either got older or the rules changed.
The reality has shifted, and now you are old enough to be part of the fan art contest. Thumbs up. Cyberkuma says, landing sequences. We aren't going to have to go all NES Top Gun on this game, are we? No, we're not. Luckily, you are one of the best pilots in the galaxy, so landing your ship is not hard. It is something you can do, but it's not part of the gamification of the game. It's not a challenge. I mean, maybe we can make it a challenge in rare cases, but the story would support all that. Cerberus, question. I remember on the last Star Mazer Make, you showed us the landing zone. How is it coming? I think we kind of talked about that.
Yeah, it is complete. I am now making it look even better.
Nice. You so amazing. This show is Lore Mazer. The game is Starr Mazer. Or we're responding to Caden Juggy for life.
Welcome.
Welcome, Caden Juggy for life. This is actually we have a 3 shows a week Twitch stream for Starr Mazer. Starr Mazer is an upcoming video game from Imagos Softworks, which is myself, paired with 2DX's Austin Montville, and at this point 8 other people. We're making a cool game for your face. You should check it out on starmazer.com. Cyberkuma, what? No, not an Atari Jaguar controller or a 5200 controller? Man, Atari made terrible controllers. Yes, Cyberkuma, they did. But if you have access to one with a USB mod, you'd probably be able to use it. That's kind of the point. It's not really the supporting of the controllers specifically that the problem is. It's trying to take all of the functionality and put it into 4 buttons and a D-pad, effectively.
Yeah. So
Compress it, yeah. Oh, look, we're back here. Austin, how is the Oculus VR stage coming along, says the Pixel Jedi, which is Rafa, if you remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Rafa now. It's still we're still thinking about it, yeah. I don't have an Oculus in my hands right now, and we are not planning for convention shows at the moment, so there has been no progress on that.
So everybody's congratulating Cerberus for leveling up. He says, excuse me, I'm going to go drink myself an alcohol because we made him old enough, I guess.
Oh, that you don't have to do that. That's not a requirement.
Everybody's wishing him a happy birthday. Bold Big Flame.
Happy birthday, Cerberus.
Happy birthday, Cerberus.
This is the birthday episode of Cerberus becoming old enough to join in the fan art contest.
Bold Big Flank, which is Alex, the first backer of Starr Mazer, says, Starr Mazer, you can be hired to make audio for the game at 16, but you cannot enter the fan art competition. Hey man, what are you talking? Who are we hiring at 16? Is that a thing?
I think it might be in reference to the old Theme X competition.
Oh, yeah.
That's
we
my
fixed
guess.
it. I don't. Cosmo, what happened? Explain to us.
Come on,
I'm
stream.
going to rewrite the rules.
Sweet. Explain the situation.
Come have a seat and explain what is now going to be referred to as Kazuo's Folly.
Yes. So I'm Kazuo. I am the social media guy for Starr Mazer. I wrote all the rules for the fan art contest, and now that I'm starting to encounter some issues with said rules, I will now be going back, researching how other people have done rules. I've just tried to write general rules to like cover all the bases. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lower that age thing. I apologize that I made it high. I just kind of was like, I think this makes it safe. But after reading other major competitions and their age restrictions being as low as 13, I was like, okay, I'm gonna research like how they're doing this, and I'll probably lower it. And I apologize if any of you felt alienated or like you were going to not be able to enter. My whole job is to make sure that everybody who wants to put in some fan art will, and it'll be awesome. We want to show all of them off. We want all of them to be on the internet. We want people to be voting on them. We want to hand out prizes for them. Yeah, we want to see all of it.
Plus, Cerberus makes a whole bunch of art already.
Oh, yeah.
That guy is responsible for all kinds of cool art. So yeah. So Cerberus says, "I'll work on my submission tonight." That's really great. Somebody asked, "How could we do an Oculus Rift version of Starr Mazer?" Man, that's easy. That's locked down. We got all kinds of cool ideas. I did a thing. I was working on a game a while ago where we took a 2D platformer and we stretched the stage to twice the stage size, so we just showed more on either side, but your viewport was in front of you, and as you looked, we rubber banded the helmet, so you would look, but it would slowly, you could turn out, like if you went 360, you'd only end up looking all the way that way until you got back to center point and kept going, and it allowed you to kind of get a view. We kept the player center to the frame though, not to your frame, but to the game frame, so if you look this way, your player would leave. So what happened was your player gets, you get the opportunity to see farther down the line, but you risk control a little. So it was a kind of a cool trade-off. Starr Mazer, though, I think would be really cool to have, like I think Cyberkuma said, Ian O'Dea said, the parallax would be incredible.
But this is different than the Oculus implementation that I'm talking about for shows, which is one of the issues that you.
So you talked about a thing that I don't know about, and
I've already talked to you about this. You must have.
To them, you've talked about a thing.
Okay.
What is the thing?
All right, I'll talk to you because I'm pretty sure we already talked about this multiple times. But when you're at a show and you want to play like a game that's more involved, that has like specific story elements or has strong audio elements, it's very easy to either be intimidated because it's like it's not the right, like there's 20,000 people in the room all having conversations and it's hard to like get immersed in a game, right? Yeah. Fortunately, the Oculus, when you put that thing on a pair of headphones, you're gone. You don't even know where you are anymore. Yeah. So, in order to provide people an immersive way to play Starr Mazer at a show before it's released, we can use the Oculus to basically, we design a room where you're sitting there with a big old like tube TV
Right.
with the wooden
Nice.
controller,
Yeah.
and you've got your Viking or 99 on the ground, and it's just displaying the game on the screen there.
Yeah.
But because you put on the headphones, you put on the Oculus, you're not in a convention anymore. You're
at
in,
home.
grandma's basement playing Starr
Yeah.
Mazer all day. So it gives you that experience where you forget about everyone else there.
And
you
we
can
totally
actually
did talk about this,
spend
yes.
5 or 10 minutes on the game and be like, okay, that's the actual, because that's how you're really going to play
Yeah,
Starr Mazer, right?
exactly.
So it's a way to immerse it. So you can do that by using the Oculus without using any of the fancy Oculus technology.
Nice. And you could, because you could look around your little room.
Yeah,
whatever, but that's
and you
cool.
see the the Macross poster. And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, totally. So we had a question. Another Fluke asks, when is our next public appearance? Starr Mazer Crew's public appearances are semi-limited. Austin's going to the Unity meetup in Portland, right?
Yeah, so on Thursday, if you're in Portland, I'm going to hang out with Unity devs. And if we all go to various events all the time,
Yeah,
like
it's
this
true.
weekend,
This
event.
weekend, I, Don Thacker, will be at, why did I just say my name like that? That was weird.
In case they didn't know who you were.
This guy.
Yeah.
I will be at Crypticon Seattle for all 3 days of Crypticon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're into movies or horror or whatever, I am a special guest because I had a movie and it has nothing to do with. I guess it has a lot to do with Starr Mazer because
Yeah.
Starr Mazer's in the movie, but I made a movie called Motivational Growth. Anyway, I'll be there signing autographs, being cool, meeting people, going on panels. I'll be on 9 different panels. That's like this many panels. It's a lot of panels. You should come check it out if you want to say hello to me if you're in the Pacific Northwest. Crypticon Seattle is a cool place to be. See lots of cosplay, eat some hot dogs, watch some cool stuff, learn some cool stuff, check out some cool panels, listen to me blabber on a little bit more than you normally do during the week. But that's the thing. I'll be at Crypticon Seattle, so I'll be there. Austin will be at the Unity meetup in Portland.
Yeah.
God. Then that's it for now. We're working on a game, guys. We will have plans coming up. Don't worry, you'll see. But just not yet. Don personally, will be next Tuesday through the following Tuesday. I'll be out. I told you guys, I think last week about this time, that I'm taking my mom for a road trip. I'm going to take her a road trip across the southern United States. If you live in the southern United States, in anywhere from South Carolina all the way across the Gulf Coast of Texas, we'll be driving around. So that'll be cool. I know we're going to Austin at some point, so I know that there's at least one Mazer that we could like maybe say hello to or whatever. We'll be going across the southern United States, my mom and I, but that's not really like a public appearance. That's just us not being in the office doing work. But beyond that, I think our next biggest convention targets are probably later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you can see us later in the year. Blah, blah, blah. I was joking with the Oculus VR before, now I'm mind blown because it sounds like something will happen. It will happen, it seems like. It's very cool. Seattle, it's like only a couple minutes from Florida through a car. Cerberus, I'm going to be passing through Florida. It'd be cool. Anyway, that's public appearance question answered. Done. As I said, we're currently in pre-production for an episode called Among Stones, which will be very cool. I'd actually like to show you some art that we've got. First, I'm going to show you some silhouettes. When we put together a level, what it seems like we're going to do is kind of test out the level with static images. And what we normally do, developers, both Austin and I, would probably throw in like a gray box or like a red box for this thing or a blue box. But we have the coolest art team, and they decided to help us out and made some silhouettes. So first, I'm going to show you some enemy silhouettes for Among Stones. No, the silhouette, you just had it up. It was like the first, no,
The
the
pixel art.
silhouettes, all the way to the bottom.
The most recent.
Like it was
submission.
literally right there. They're right there.
Yeah.
Yes, so these are silhouettes. You should check that out. Cerberus asks, how's the beta alpha coming? That's what we're talking about! What kind of question is that? What do you mean? How is it? We're making it! Right now, I don't...
It's coming along.
Did something happen? Did we shift from talking about the game to something else for a minute? I mean, I talked about like going on a road trip, but that's...
Cerberus is just attacking questions from every single angle to
Okay.
see how many leaks he can poke.
I get it.
That's my guess.
All right, yeah. Cerberus asked, could you shed some light on publishers where that's still not set in stone? It's set in stone. We signed contracts. Everything's done. Invoicing and all the other crap, all the stuff that happens. That's all taking place, but I can't talk about it. And I won't talk about it because I signed a thing that said I wouldn't until well after E3. For good reason. So this, right there, that that is some silhouettes. So what's cool is we'll throw those in, and they're not animated, and they won't be, but they'll look cool. So we can just play stuff with cool stuff, and those are just some of the things. Let's show some other stuff. Let's say, wasn't there a really cool asteroid color test that we just did? It was pretty neat internal.
Oh, that was just a little thing for Alex.
Alex, yeah. Can we look at? I mean, it's cool to look at, right? No, I thought it was really cool. This is a color test. So Alex Maurer is writing music for Among Stones, the episode Among Stones, and we wanted to give him. He wanted to get a sort of a visual feel for the look, for the color scheme kind of thing. And this is our asteroid color scheme. It's
Yeah,
pretty
apparently from all my discussions with Alex, the thing that motivates him most when creating music is understanding the environment.
Yeah.
That's a large
Yeah,
motivation.
he's got a very, very adroit form of synesthesia, and it's incredible to see. You show him a picture, he can tell you what it sounds like. So he'll look at this picture and make something that sounds like it.
He's gonna make the music for this.
For that.
This will exude something.
Yeah,
And I'm excited. We're gonna get to hear it soon.
it's like soon.
Yeah.
Like this week, it's gonna be cool. So there's that. What else things can we show? I'm kind of peeking. Can you lose that and let's.
Let's show one of the let's show the asteroid, just the painted asteroid page. That
one, yeah.
So
Among Stones, obviously, at least part of it takes place in an asteroid field. Those are the titular stones, as it were. And so we've got some asteroid sketches right there. Look at oh yeah. So it's good stuff, guys. We're trucking along. So yeah, that's a cool update.
yeah, this is like this picture right here. This is one of the reasons why I love Max Moser artist so much.
Okay.
Like, I've seen his amazing work as like with characters, solid colors, like great foundation, good anatomy. Like he understands all these things. But then he took some rocks
Yeah.
and he made them look amazing.
Yeah.
Like each one of these, they're just rocks. They're asteroids.
Yeah.
They have character. They have a feeling. They have an aesthetic.
Yeah.
And like, he can do that with freaking rocks, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to put character into a human. It's a completely another thing to put character into a rock. He has designed like 8 characters right here,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be interacting with. Now I'm like excited to put asteroids, and like no, me, I was like, it's just the asteroid belt level, right? Like
Yeah.
it's the
No.
typical level.
I love
no,
the idea
there's
of
like
it, yeah.
awesome, really like these are interesting mechanics that we're gonna be interacting.
Can you do me a favor, Kaz? There's a one half of a level design, kind of because all the arrows. It's very,
Okay.
Let's just show that it's not the full level. It's not even a full design, and it wasn't even approved yet. It's pretty cool. We're just leaking everything.
This one, right?
Yeah. Just take a piece of that. Just a piece of it.
Yeah.
Just select a part of it.
Strip.
We're gonna kind of cheat a little. Fool to Dream says it looks like potatoes. Are you
Yeah.
hungry, Fool to Dream? Look at this. This is some cool planning we've got for one of the. Oh wow, yeah, very cool. That's something we've got for this one of the shmup levels in Among Stones. So there are at least 2 shmup levels in Among Stones. There's really cool puzzle elements. It's really cool character developments. We introduced like 3 whole new characters in it. I mean, some of the characters you know about, but
depending
whole new to
on
the
when
game.
the
Yeah, right, exactly. But we introduced characters. Characters are in it that may or may not have been in the rest of the thing, depending on your playthrough. But it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a cool thing. What else? We want to show the Starr Mazer logo, the Star Wolf logo. We got some near final designs for the Star Wolf logo. We're still working on it a little bit, but we like this. By the way, somebody said Cerber said Maximo is love. It's true. Look at that. That's a DSP Mark II Star Wolf logo. I think they're pretty neat. Yeah. Star Wolf logo.
Art.
Yeah, that's based on. It's really funny watching the evolution of that. It's based on Jeremy Perrin's original, kind of like just penciled thing that didn't look like that. It didn't look as complete or good. It was just kind of a side thing. But Maximo took it to its like nth degree and made a really cool star thing. It's pretty neat. So that's the Star Wolf logo. We already showed them the Star Wolf painting or the Star Wolf line drawings. Obviously, that happened.
So it's also on the fan art rules.
It's true. So I don't know, man. I don't know if there's anything. I know there's plenty more to show. I don't know if we should.